Thank you so much for joining me today at Everyday Yoga. My name is Christine. My pronouns are she and her, and this is going to be a practice that will be perfect for when you just have a short amount of time at the end of the day and you've been sitting at your desk all day or bent over a counter or driving or whatever it is you do. We typically end up in positions like this where we're hunched over, bent over, sitting down, all of these muscles are flexed, our chest is collapsed a little bit and our shoulders have rolled in. So let's counteract all of that and open up and expand and stretch everything out. And so at the end of the day, you're likely just getting up from your chair. So go ahead and find yourself in Tadasana. This is basically standing, but this is a special way of standing. Asanas are more than just poses. They're putting your body in a special way, having a special position for your body. And so this Tadasana, mountain pose, is a position of strength. So let's just stand up in mountain pose, drawing the crown of the head up towards the sky, maybe closing the eyes if you want to challenge your balance. We'll press into the feet, both sides, front to back, all the weight evenly distributed. We'll open up the heart, open up the shoulders, and just kind of tuck the chin in and back and then look up. So you're not cranking on the neck, at least not yet. And we'll just take an inhale from here, spread the arms out wide, reach up towards the sky, maybe take a gentle back bend at the top, and then bring the hands together and exhale the hands down through heart center. Just doing like some half sun salutations here, taking a nice big inhale to reach the arms out and up, pressing evenly into the feet, palms together, exhale, hands to heart. And we'll do this a few more times. And as you inhale, you might want to follow your hands with your gaze, seeing through your peripheral vision as your arms come out through the sides and up, and then looking up to find your hands meeting overhead, and then tracking the hands down through heart center, and you'll already notice some movement in the neck and in the shoulders. Maybe going ahead and allowing your head to come a little farther back and opening up through the front of the throat. Let's just do two more again, moving with the breath here. Inhaling the arms out and up and overhead. Exhaling hands to heart. Last time here, nice big breath, maybe bend the knees, press into the feet. And exhale, hands to heart. And let's just shake out the arms, shake out the feet, maybe sway a little from side to side, and just let the arms kind of flop to the sides here, and let the shoulders and the neck sort of come into play, and maybe start to bend your knees. And just getting some gentle dynamic movement here. And we'll do this just a couple more times, going from side to side. And then with a wide-legged stance right here, we're going to inhale those arms up and overhead, and exhale down, hands through heart center. This time we'll inhale the arms up and overhead, bring the palms together, and exhale all the way down, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Now, if it's hard on your knees to get all the way down, you might just bring your forearms to the tops of the thighs here and take your forward fold here. If you want to come into a deeper fold, You can lift the hips up towards the sky and allow the whole upper body to just drape forward. And with your knees bent really generously, go ahead and take that ragdoll position here, cradling your elbows in your palms. And just swaying a little bit gently from side to side. Opening up through the side body here. Maybe straightening the legs a little bit to get more into the backs of the thighs. Breathing here. Go ahead and switch whichever arm is in front to balance everything out. Take a nice big inhale, filling up the whole back body. And as you exhale, notice how your head gets heavier, your neck gets longer, your spine is longer, the crown of the head is a little bit closer to the earth. 2 more breaths like that, really expanding into the back of the body. And exhaling to just release the weight of the upper body to gravity. 1 more time. Get a little longer as you exhale. Maybe rock a little bit forward and back. And then bring the hands to the tops of the feet or the ankles or the shins and come up to a halfway lift here. Nice and long through the tailbone to the crown of the head. And I'm just going to turn to the side here so you can see with my hands on my shins in this wider stance. Nice and long, just a gentle bend in the knee here. But if you want to go a little deeper, you certainly can, especially if those hamstrings are really tight. Inhale right here, and we'll exhale to fold back down. And then we'll heel toe those feet back in alignment so that the ankles are right underneath the hips. And we'll roll all the way up, back through Tadasana, inhaling the arms up overhead and exhaling, hands down to heart. And let's just open up the hip flexors here a little bit. I've been sitting all day pretty much, so when we're sitting all day or when we're carrying a lot of stress or when we're experiencing any kind of anxiety, we tend to contract. And that tells our body's nervous system that it's time to be in fight or flight, or they're expanding it now to freeze and fawn as well. So when we open up those hip flexors, we're telling our body, oh, it's okay to be open and calm and come into that parasympathetic nervous system. So we're just going to take a big step back with that right foot and come into a nice high lunge. And you might want to find a stationary focal point out in front of you to help keep your balance. And we're just going to open up through the front of this hip flexor here. So find a nice tall spine and kind of take those hip points just a little bit forward, and notice how that gets really long right here in the front of the right thigh. We'll breathe right here. Hands can be on hips, or you might want to take the hands to the heart, or you might want to bring them up towards the sky. You can keep a nice short stance like this, or if you like, you can wiggle your back foot back and come a little bit deeper. Just breathing here. We're going to stay off the hands for this practice. Give a little extra love to those wrists today. And again, hands can be at hips or heart or up overhead. Just focusing on that opening in the front of the hip flexor. If you want to bring the knee down to the earth, you can go ahead and bring the knee down. And you can tuck or untuck the back toes, whatever feels best for you. Wherever you are in your lunge, we're going to take one more full breath. And then we'll step right back up to the top of the mat. Not as easy with the knee down though, so if you had the knee down, feel free to use your hands to get back up there. But we're going to do the same thing on the second side. So we'll take a step back with that left leg. And again, you can have a shorter stance. You can wiggle that back foot back for a wider stance. Just keep those hips aligned with the front of the mat, nice and square. And think about these hip bones here, the as-is bones, pointing forward and just a little up. And notice how the tailbone kind of lengthens down towards the earth. We'll keep the heart over the hips here, and we can keep the arms down nice and low or at the heart, or bring them to victorious pose up alongside the ears in this strong V position. You can bend that back knee as much as you like, bring it down to the earth as much as you like. You can straighten the back knee. You can bend more deeply into that front knee and press the back heel down towards the earth. Just kind of play with it a little bit and see what works best in your body today. We'll take one more inhale wherever you are, and then we can all bring the hands to the hips and step forward to the front of the mat. Another really good restorative pose for the end of the day is coming down into your squat. So I think I'll stand to the side here. Let's inhale those arms out and up and overhead once again, and exhale, hands through heart center. We'll come all the way down. From here, you can bring the hands down to the mat and just come down to the knees. Or if you want to go into Malasana, the yogi squat, we'll take the feet as wide as necessary here to drop the hips down to the earth. And you might have your heels in, toes pointed out. My toes are hanging off the sides of the mat because I need a really wide stance to be down here. But you might even have your feet parallel, toes pointing straight ahead. Whatever feels best for you, but try to get those heels down. So if you need to take a little wider stance to get the heels down, great. If the heels don't come down no matter what you do, and you still want to explore this pose, you can take your mat rolled up, or a blanket, or a pillow, and bring the heels to that support, and then they'll be nice and supported and lifted. So whatever feels best in your body. And we're going to go ahead and press those triceps into the inner thighs here, and then draw the crown of the head up towards the sky. Nice and tall here in the spine, long and strong and beautiful as you continue to breathe. You can stay here with hands at heart, or you might want to take those right fingertips out to the earth and draw the left fingertips up the inside of the right arm, across the shoulder, across the collarbones, reaching those left fingertips up towards the sky. Gaze can be forward, down, or up, whichever feels best in your neck today. One more inhale here, and we'll exhale, hands back to heart. If you took it on the first side, take it on the second, and bring those left fingertips down to the earth, and draw the right fingertips across the collarbones, bringing the right fingertips up towards the sky. Breathing here, letting this feel restorative and juicy as you draw those shoulder blades towards one another. One more inhale, and we'll exhale, hands to heart center. And then Conveniently, I have this pillow right behind me. I'm just gonna sit my hips right down on it. If you have a pillow or a blanket or block you want to sit on, go ahead and do that, or you can just be sitting on your mat. We'll extend those legs out in Tadasana. Bring the hands out to either side to find that nice long spine. Let's inhale those arms up alongside the ears, and we'll exhale to hinge forward at the hips. One more inhale, and as you exhale, release the hands down to the earth. Draw the heart forward, tuck the chin. Try to keep the back as flat as humanly possible. Drawing the belly towards the thighs and the heart forward. Inhaling here, maybe coming a little closer to your legs with your exhale. Maybe not. Whatever feels good for you. One more inhale here. One more exhale. And then with the next inhale, we'll come back up to a high seat. And then we'll go ahead and remove the prop if you have one. And we'll come on down to the floor. You can come down any way you want. I'm going to put my hands behind my thighs and rock and roll and feel all those wonderful places across the back of my spine that snap, crackle, and pop. And when you've had enough of that, or you're just finding yourself down on your back, we'll all come to knees bent, feet as wide as the mat. Spread those arms out wide into a T shape. Inhale here, and as we exhale, we'll let those knees fall to the left, and we'll take the gaze out over the right palm. Inhale, knees and gaze to sky. Exhale, knees right, gaze left. And we'll just go from side to side, moving nice and slow, letting it feel really juicy in your body here. Next time the knees go to the right, that's the last time. Everybody together will inhale here at center and exhale, drawing one knee and then the other in towards the heart. Invite the nose to the knees and reach down for the calves, shins, ankles, or feet. And we'll bring the shoulders and head back down to the floor and come into happy baby pose. Rocking gently from side to side here. You might inhale and straighten the right leg, rolling over onto the right side, stretching out that IT band. Exhale back to center. Inhale to the left, straightening the left leg, and inhale back to center. Let's go ahead and hold on to that left foot and bring the right foot down to the mat. Half happy baby here. You might want to stay here really actively drawing that left foot down towards the earth, or you might want to anchor the right hip with the right hand and stretch that right leg out long, pressing into the ball of the foot like a high-heeled shoe. You might want to stay here, or you could inhale and extend that right arm up alongside the right ear, bringing the thumb tip down towards the earth, getting nice and long through that right side body. Take another full breath here. One more big inhale, getting as long as you can on the right side, and then we'll exhale to bring the right foot and the right hand back together. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side to find balance. Left foot down to the earth, left hand anchored to the hip. Maybe extend the leg, pressing into the ball of the foot. And maybe inhale those left fingertips up overhead. Lengthening through the left side body. Getting long, getting strong. Opening up here. One more big inhale. And then we'll all exhale together, bringing the hand and foot back to one another, bringing the soles of the feet together, and bringing the legs all the way down to the mat, Baddha Konasana here. Take a full breath here. Let's bring the arms into cactus arms. Completely open here, expanding our capacity to feel as we notice what's going on in the body and with the breath. Expanding our capacity for vulnerability in this very open position with our bodies. The next time you inhale, go ahead and extend arms and legs out into a nice big X shape. Boy, I'm kind of funky situated here. There we go. We'll inhale here and then just draw that right foot and the right hand over towards the left foot and hand. So we're kind of in a sideline crescent shape or banana asana. To go to a different place in this pose, maybe a little deeper, you can cross the right ankle over the left and maybe hold on to the right wrist with the left fingers and really open up space here in the side body. Then we'll inhale back to center for this big X shape and exhale, left leg and foot over towards the right. Cross that left ankle over the, I've got cat hair in my nose. We'll cross the left ankle over the right and we'll encircle that left wrist with the right fingers. And we'll get the same beautiful stretch on the left side of the body. Next time we inhale, let's go ahead and spread everything out nice and wide again. If you have time for Shavasana today, go ahead and find your perfect Shavasana. If you don't and you need to get on with the rest of your day, take a nice big breath here. If you're staying for Shavasana, pause the video. If you're coming up with me, let's rock and roll our way back up to a tall seat. And let's bring the soles of the feet together, coming into Baddha Konasana once again. And we'll find just a couple cat-cows here. Inhaling the heart open. Exhaling, belly button to spine. Once again, inhaling, arching the back, lifting the gaze, opening the throat. Exhale, belly button back to the spine. 2 more like that, moving with your breath. And then we'll extend one leg and then the other, coming back to Dandasana pose here. Bring those fingertips out to the side, toes pointing up to the sky. Find your tall, beautiful, strong spine. And we'll inhale the arms up alongside the ears. Bring the palms together and exhale, hands down to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me for this short but restorative practice. I hope that the energy and the relief that you have created in your body today is a gift you can take off the mat with you and share with everyone you encounter for the rest of the day. The light within me honors and reveres the light within each of you. Namaste.